Hi everybody, Karen Godowski here. I'm going to attempt to provide you with a quick overview of the app If This Then That, or If It as it looks like in the short form. I was first brought attention to this app by Alec Kuros, who's leading our learning through the OLTD 505 course, which is about open educational resources. And I don't know if you're like me, but with all that you're finding, along with all that I'm finding, I started to feel overwhelmed at losing all this good information. And so I was really kind of contemplating how to curate this all and how to keep track of it. And this is one of the curation tools that Alec recommended. So I played around with it a bit. Now, as you can see, you got to sign in, so I've done that. As you can see, the very first thing you see is browse recipes. That's what they refer to as an action. So this program basically allows you to take things from the web that you find and connect them to other things. So if you go down and look at some of the featured ones, if you have a SoundCloud channel that you're following, when they download a new track, you can create a recipe that when this happens, the result is it gets dumped into your Dropbox folder. So I played around with this a bit and I decided to create some of my own recipes. Only 3, but I thought one that I could use for my students is email me a famous quote every day. So if there's a quote, then it goes into my email box, and if I like it, I use it, and if not, I don't. One of the things that I think some of you have found useful or interesting was the NASA recipe. So if NASA posts an image of outer space, then it gets automatically posted to my Twitter feed. And one that I've enjoyed over this last while is the technology articles that are posted in the New York Times. If that happens, then I get an email, and if I have time, I can read it. And if not, I guess I keep my emails and can get back to it later. Now, one of the problems that I was facing was that I'm trying to figure out how to do this on a large scale, but I thought that I would start small. So one of the things that I'm doing in my English class is current events. And I thought that if I found something specific out there that I wanted every student to do, I could somehow mark it and then send it somewhere so that everybody would be able to access this. Now there is a limitation with this app, and that is that I can only have one email account associated with one Twitter account and a Google Drive account or Dropbox. And I'm not sure how to negotiate around that. Also, when you allow this program or this site to connect these things together, you do allow some access to, managing, for example, your Google Drive account, which was a little freaky for me. I'll set you through this process, but I'm going to do it on another account that I opened just so that you can see what it looks like from the beginning. There are certain actions that you only have to do once, and then once you've done them, any other recipes that you create will be more automatic. So I've signed into another account, and if I wanted to create a recipe or look at recipes, I go to my recipes section. Notice that I haven't created any recipes yet. I can either use other people's or create one. So when I create a recipe, it's quite simple. It says click here to get this started. So this is choosing a trigger channel, and that is the initiating action. So for me, I'm hoping that I can use Twitter, which will be at the end of the list, to designate any fines that I have to go specifically be sent to my English students to access. So way down here at the bottom, as soon as I choose Twitter, it'll say, please connect the Twitter channel. You'll only have to do this once. So now I have to connect myself to a particular channel. Now what I see right now is somehow it knows that I am in my Google Plus or my Gmail account, and this is a personal account that I don't want to use with my students. So I'm going to sign out of this and sign into my school account. Once that was changed, it just automatically says that Twitter is connected, and I'm done. So it says continue to the next step, so pretty easy. Now I need to choose a specific trigger. And when I was examining this, I thought that everything that I post to my work classroom Twitter account is all these articles that I find interesting, and kids can use them or not for their assignments. But I should probably have a hashtag on the articles that I want everybody to do, or to indicate that we're going to be, discussing them in class or something. So I thought that a new tweet by you with a hashtag would be a good place to start. The hashtag that I'm going to use is Senior Supportive Learning English. And I just have to remember to do that. Oh God, I can't even spell it. To do that when I'm tweeting. And now it's asking me, it says, so if there is a tweet by this particular Twitter account, then what is it that you're going to have to do? Well, out of all these specific channels, I don't really want kids to have to go keep track of anything else new. So because I've had them already create a Google Drive where I've shared a folder with them, I will connect my work Twitter account with my work Google Drive channel. Now this might be a problem because I'm not so sure that it's going to allow me to do this because I've already used this email, but I will see what happens. And hopefully I've spelled everything correctly here. And this is the scary part. I was a little nervous when I first saw that I'm giving access for this website to view my email address and my basic profile and manage my spreadsheets and all this kind of stuff. But, I decided to go for it. Eek! And accept. And now my Google Drive is connected to this action. So one of the final steps, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to have this specifically sent just into my Google Drive in general, or what's going to happen. Upon examination, I thought that append to a document would be a good choice because every time I send a tweet to my Google Drive, it's going to go to a specific document. Only a couple more steps left, and hopefully everything is going to work. I'm noticing here that these embed codes and drive folder path, I'm hoping that they have that all taken care of. All I have to do is create a document name. And using SSL English, hopefully we can have that action done. And so it now says that if I really want my tweets from the Delta WO account sent to a document in my Google Drive, then create this recipe and I'm good to go. So hopefully that's helpful. Not as quick as I wanted, but it's as quick as I could do. Hopefully you'll find it useful, and I'll talk to you soon.